What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Biz. We're just going to give it a few more minutes so we can get it all set up and we can get everything going. But how was everybody's day? I'm alive. And we are waiting for Aisha to jump on with us. Other than that, we're going to be talking about the new billionaires that we got on the list from out of Hollywood. Kim Kardashian finally made some stuff happen on that back of hers. Madea is on the $1 billion list. Madea is on the $1 billion list. Boy, that Chitlin run was a good run. And we got an update on what's been going on with DMX. And Jimmy Fallon is like on an apology tour right now. So we're going to get to that. I didn't really, I guess somebody cares about that. Kanye West, y'all always counting him out, and I count him out too, but he's still alive in the land of the living. His documentary on Netflix is, hey, we're going to get to that. And we got some more Jen Shah Chronicles, because that's what we call it at this point. Like, her debacle is Chronicles at this point. It's legendary. And T.I. and Tiny, that story is still crawling, but it's going up that mountain. It's going right over that cliff, and we going to be here when it all falls over. So let's get Aisha on this.
Good evening, Business Nashville. How are you guys?
So, yeah. How was your day? I see you already drinking. I can hear it.
This is my teacup. We never know what's in this magical mug here. I had inspired by Daniel Sid.
I'm gonna start selling brown mugs when I blow up, and y'all will all know what time it is. That's all it is to it.
They gotta catch up.
So, what happened in your world today? Nothing really happened today.
Nothing really happened today. I stayed out of traffic. And out of everybody's way, so it was a good day.
What did I do today? I woke up. It was pretty warm today. I don't know. It was just warm. It was just warm today. I wasn't prepared for it to be warm. We had this dude come in our store. He was wrapped up in a big old bubble jacket. Crack is a terrible thing. If we have not learned anything from DMX, but we got to leave them drugs alone. We are pushing 75 degrees, and bro came up in there in a bubble jacket. So we just want to pray for all the people in addiction right now. But everybody, again, thank you for joining us, and we're back on The Biz. What? Talking everybody business, because ours is handled. So let's get right into it. First up, we got some new billionaires. Y'all wasn't ready for this one, but this is, I feel like this is a game changer right here. We was all waiting for Kim Kardashian to be chasing after Kanye West bag, but whoa, this is some new Kardashian news, because she hitting us with something new. She got her own bag. Kim Kardashian has made the $1 billion list. So it was reported by Forbes that basically all of her recent deals with like her KKW beauty brand, Kim's shapewear that she did for the weird shape people that wanted to look like her, and then her television show and endorsements has pushed her on over the edge finally of being a billionaire. So, Aisha, what do you think?
Well, I think she has came up quite a bit due to the fact of how she started with Ray J One Wish Having Ass. So becoming a billionaire is like a major jump, seeing as where she started from. I think that gives all the whores, a hope in life, or whatever the case may be. But that goes to show you, Jen Shah, that you can't just keep on doing the same thing and think you're not going to get no profit from it. It's just not going to work. So she switched it up, bought her a body, made shapewears for a body, and then she's going to law school too. So
yeah,
hey, look, I'm not mad at her. She's pulling some of our people out of the cage. Let me tell you that. So I don't come for me. I got the bug spray, the pesticide here. She's doing more than y'all Queen Bee. But I put her higher than her, even though she don't sing. And hey, I love a good old slut. So
I'm gonna say this again, like you said, she has come far from laying on her back in that sex tape. Although she got some money from that. She had to made it. Well, who it was Ray J who had the rights to that, right?
probably so, because it was his corny ass idea, probably.
But I'll say this, like, again, this is why I'm starting to think that her and Kanye's relationship was like a real relationship. Because she has, in these last, I want to say like 10 years with the kids, with the family, she's gotten herself together. And seeing her actually build a brand and move away from laying on her back, it's a positive. She could be doing a million and one other things, and she has her family has shown us that, but at least they're trying to legitimize their little fortune. So I'm gonna give them that.
Yeah, that's a major flip. I'm not mad at her. Keep on keeping on. If that you becoming a billionaire will take more of our people out the cage, girl, go at it. Cause Jesse Jackson ain't helping. Reverend Al Sharpton ain't helping any. Like, we can't get them out, but I guess you go show your ass and hey, whatever, get us out.
Now I'll say this too. Like, I think it's funny because people always say that she has no talent. She's not anything in Hollywood. Funny story though, she got the bag and y'all don't. So it's funny to look at how incredibly rich her and Kanye West have become over y'all Queen B, y'all Beyonce and Jay-Z. So I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at her at all, not even a little bit. Like, I can't be. She's doing things that other stars are not doing out there. Like, she's doing a whole lot more than they are. Surprise, Kanye West surprised me with them rags and tags that he done made, because that's what got him to become a billionaire. Riding in on the horse in the arena, whatever, for church, or donkey or whatever that is, did not work. Whatever his antics did, it worked and became. I guess Jesus really worked with him because he made him a billionaire.
Now, let me ask, what do you think this means for their divorce? Like, usually the more successful spouse ends up being the one paying alimony and all of this. We don't know if there's a prenup. I haven't heard anything about it. So do you think Kim Kardashian is still in Kardashian fashion going to try to come for Kanye West's money? Or do you think Kanye West is going to be the first black man in history to shake down the Kardashian tree and get some cash out of them? Like,
I mean, ain't he like worth $3 billion and she's worth $6.6 billion?
Like, these people
But like, I don't know, because there's kids involved. So, there's child support or whatever the case may be. I hope it's a clean break, because I don't think poor Kanye could take another thread of anything else happening in his life. I just really don't.
Falls down.
Right, most definitely.
So I'm waiting to see what happens with Miss. I just want to see how she grows a little bit more, because I always thought it was weird, because you remember how they were reporting that her sister Kylie was the first billionaire in the family with the whole little makeup line, and then they retracted saying she's only worth maybe like 800 million, 900 million.
Well, they tried to say she was the first youngest self-made billionaire, and in order to be self-made, you had to make yourself.
And the only thing self-made about,
self-made.
I'm sorry, the only thing self-made about a Kardashian is the potato face heads that they be all buying. Like, that's about it. That's about it. Now, on the flip, we got another billionaire, Madea. Is now a billionaire. So, with that being said, we all know Tyler Perry has done like the stage plays. He's done the movies. He's done all of the crappy, low-budget TV shows that none of us care for. But I think Tyler Perry shows to me come across as like those. What's the word I'm looking for? it's like a beautiful train wreck. You can't help but watch it, even though it's just so excruciating to watch. But Tyler Perry is now billionaire, and I mean, the life of me, I don't know how I feel about this one. Like, I really don't. What do you think?
Well, it's not shocking to me that he became a billionaire from being homeless and, doing little stage plays like Madea popped it out for him. Um, and it sailed because a lot of people have family member in their life like Madea. I most definitely had a grandmother that was just like Madea, so I bought into that. I really like the spin where he bought the land. What was it, a plantation or something?
Yeah.
And it came with the first, black recording studio on all that land. I like that. And then I like the fact that he gave all the non-working has-been people a job, like Miss Cicely Tyson. He worked her to the grave. But we're not gonna go, cry about that. She's gone on up to the upper room. So rest in peace, Miss Cicely Tyson. You up there with Maya Angelou and the rest of the crew that used to be with Tyler Perry. But never mind.
Goodbye. Like, my thing is, like, honestly, Tyler Perry, for all intents purposes, lacks originality. Like, all of his movies are the same thing. Dark-skinned black man beats.
Look, I don't care about the plays, the movies, the commercials, the TV shows. Where is this kid you had, sir? You got some questioning. We ain't seen him since you had a child, and I want to know where he is. Where is this child?
No,
I've been asking this for 2 years, and I have not gotten an answer.
I've never really seen any type of, what was it, pictures with him and his girlfriend, fiance, baby mama, sperm donor. I don't know. Virgin Beard. I don't know.
Beard. There was no Virgin Joseph. That's a beard. Him and his baby mama girlfriend or whatever with this mysterious child that he done had that nobody's ever seen. With Michael Jackson, we just had our opinions about the kids. We actually seen some kids. We didn't hear about them. Do we believe they were his? No. We got a black man claiming some kids. Good deal. But Tyler Perry, yours went missing. Like, is he on the back of a milk carton? What's going on? I don't care nothing about you becoming a millionaire. Where's the child? That's what I want to know.
My thing is, like, I don't see $1 billion worth of Tyler Perry. Like, them shitty shows that he do on is not $1 billion. Like, what is it? And then on BET, he has the show Sisters, The Oval. There was the other one with the black people in the cold or something. He got Meet the Browns. What's the other one?
And it Love Thy Neighbor or something.
Love Thy Neighbor. Yeah,
the Have and Have Nots.
Brothers or something. All of his shows are trash. Like, I hate seeing him write from a female perspective because it's like, Tyler,
what other perspective is he gonna write from?
I don't know. All I know is I'm tired of seeing Madea trying to write from the female perspective. My whole thing is, like, I can tell the issues that Tyler Perry suffers. Like, when you see him writing his script, stop. Like, something's going on. Like, I don't.
You think?
I don't know.
Look.
It just makes me.
Him and Donnie McClurkin need to get and do a live interview. Let's ask these questions.
I already done told you we gonna leave Donnie McClurkin alone. We fall down, but we get up. Anyway.
Yeah, apparently we all, me and them two, are falling down on the same thing. So
my thing is, like, honestly,
let's talk about it. What's going on? You can't have a relationship.
Like John Singleton movies, Spike Lee movies, like some of these other black what was it, producers and stuff in Hollywood, like
directors.
It's astonishing to me that the first one to crack that $1 billion mold of all people is Tyler Perry.
You want to know why?
Tell me a good Tyler Perry movie. Just tell me a good Tyler Perry movie.
Any one of them.
Tell me a good Tyler.
Any one of them. Any one of them that was a play. And the reason why I say that is because he is the only producer or director or whatever that came forward and started talking about these issues in these Black families: incest, being raped, being gay, unfit mothers, crackheads, the
That's
granny.
all his family. Like, let's keep it real. That is literally
a lot of people can relate to that. That's why he makes money. That's why he makes money by talking about Black families from a Black woman's perspective. That's why it sells, because Spike Lee ain't talking from no Black woman's perspective. John Singleton, rest in peace, wasn't talking from no Black woman perspective.
So you really believe that Tyler Perry, for real, for all intents and purposes, is telling good, realistic stories about the Black perspective? Give me an example.
Okay. So, The House of Pains.
We're waiting.
Don't patty me. Don't patty me. So, The House of Pains, for example, you got the old couple and then their kids, and then their kids all staying in the house, and one of them married to a crackhead, and the son get addicted to pills and marry Rudy Huxtable, and the kids go off, try drugs, and get somebody pregnant or ready to have sex or some, like, it's not Bill Cosby level stuff, but it is more.
Tyler Perry show is what happens if you swallow a bite of Family Matters and you try to take a gulp in of the Cosby Show at once and you throw up. Like, it's literally the vomit of that. Like, it
is. Basically, it is. But the thing is, it's more based on, it's more relatable. How many families you know that a father is a doctor and the mother is a lawyer?
I don't know.
The kids ain't got into a fight, did nothing wrong.
People sit walk around the house all day, Curtis, Curtis, Ella. Like, that
is most Black people. That is most Black households. That is most Black households. Family Matters.
What Tyler Perry movie spoke to you the most that you say, I can see him being legendary or being at the status? I'm gonna be real.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
For his first movie, I'm gonna say this. Coming out the gate of what people's expectation of him for him to be for the first movie, I give that a 10. I do. For the first movie. Now, the second movie, when you had Cicely Tyson and Maya Angelou and Abraham and Moses and all of them at the table and eat barbecue chicken and talking stuff, and then Lynn Whitfield, I'm ashamed of you. Like, that movie was stupid. Was it the barbecue movie? You know what I'm talking about. Madea's
Family Reunion?
Oh, yeah. Madea's barbecue. Yeah, that one. It was stupid. That's garbage. I don't think his best show was that train wreck. What's the one that's on The Have and Have Nots? That was his best show, and that is another beautiful train wreck by Tyler Perry. Like, there's no other words I could describe it.
I could tell you one thing: having a wreck with a train is gonna get you paid.
Oh, I could tell you a few things about that. At least a bus.
You can tell us about a bus. He can show us about a train.
All I'm saying is, like, I just think Tyler Perry he's overrated. Like, it's sad because I mean, like, Spike Lee, John Singleton have put out not movies, but they've put out like generational conversations. Like,
Spike Lee is in a whole different genre by himself, because he he showcased us with HBCUs and Black people problems, and the what is it, not first person.
Spike Lee has shown like the beauty and the ugly of our community, but he's done it respectfully. Spike Lee has showed us like he showed people like I feel like our generation, like education is cool. Like there's something to look forward to when you go to college. He's shown us the dark side of drugs.
Classics like school days and do the right thing. Like it's racism going on when he filmed that, and this is what their experience was. It's still going on to today. School days with us, the dark skin and the light skin beef between Black people, that's still going on today. Like it's what he talk about is it's going generation and generation and generation. Like it's still going on. Like it's not ever going to not happen. So I think his films are a little bit different. John Singleton's films, they're a little bit different. They're more hood.
But Tyler Perry, it takes him like 80 episodes to get to the point. Like we will spend 45 minutes with Ella making a bacon sandwich and telling Curtis the same dry joke just for it to be a to be continued episode.
I don't watch those shows. Like it's just too phony acting. Like it's not real good acting to me. It's like they say their speech or their little sentence and then they stop, pause for effect, and then keep talking. I don't like that type of acting. You got to know how to act. Fuck that. I don't like that. Now he did have one show that I liked, but it never came back on, and it was called Too Close to Home.
His stage plays were in a league of their own. I believe his stage plays, the singing kind of dragged too much, but I will say his stage plays is Tyler Perry's niche. He will not be replaced with these crappy movies.
A lot of people have said they like the plays better than the movies or the shows. I'm for one, I do, because it's more raw talent there.
Super.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so that's it with the Billionaires.
Tyler Perry, we want to see this kid. How old is he? Where is he at? We ain't seen him. We need to be investigating your ass. Where this child at?
That kid is a figment of y'all. What SpongeBob say? Imagination. There you go. That's nothing real. Now, in other news, DMX. So what they were saying now is DMX is still, of course, in critical condition. We all know that he had an overdose and he suffered the heart attack, and he's been in the hospital for a minute. They've had the prayer vigil. There's been a lot of reports with TMZ and a lot of these sites that have been coming out about him. But now, most recently, they were saying that DMX, like the doctors were looking at doing a a test to check the functionality,
brain activity.
His brain activity. With that being said, like usually when they're doing stuff like this, I've always heard, this is my Grey's Anatomy 101. What they've always said is, like this is a sign that they're letting the family know that it's not possible for him to live anymore. Like this is it. And they've actually had a few singers now who've come out, and I think there was one singer who came out and said, "Rest in peace, DMX," and they were criticized. But the reality of it is, like when you're pretty much brain dead, you're dead. Life is essentially. So right now, what we're seeing is we're pretty much seeing DMX being kept alive on machines, and I don't know if that's what he would have wanted, but I mean, I don't know. Like that's on him and the family. What do you think about that?
They probably want to see what all they can do, because it's the inevitable at this point. If you got to test to see if there's any brain activity before they, pull the final switch. Nobody wants to take their loved one off life support because they'll always feel like I did it too early. It could have been a chance that he could have survived, and I took him off life support early. So they want to, be sure that if they have to make that decision or when they have to make the decision, it's right.
So
I hope that they find something, but
I mean, honestly, I think the best thing that we can hope for now in this situation with DMX is that people learn. And I think our community really needs to have a real dialogue about drugs. Like, we're losing too many talented people, like, way too many talented people who are battling drug addiction. And I think really in this generation, like, we've kind of made like drugs like not faux pas anymore. Like, I think a lot of people just they like they will smoke crack like it ain't nobody business. Like, it's so readily available, and it feels like these kids, like these Gen Z kids, like, I don't think they have any type of moral compass when it comes to drugs. These kids will do anything. They will snort a jar of Flintstone pills if they find out they can get high from it. That's just my feeling.
they will. Um, Hand sanitizer, bath salts, like they doing anything for drugs. I've seen on one show somebody was snorting fire ants. I was like, what the hell?
Like,
You
it's
didn't get high that bad? You got high right to the heavenly gates, and that was it.
and I mean, that's what's sad about it. Like, I don't know. I feel like black celebrities, they should almost have like a life coach. I feel like when you're going through like obtaining all this money, you need somebody to keep you grounded and say, no, nigga, you can't be smoking the dope.
But they don't, because they're surrounded by yes men.
Yes. Yeah.
That enables them when it's too late. Like all of them celebrities, artists, rappers, singers, and all that, they all do drugs because they can't cope with that fast life, that fast money, more problems. And the easiest way to numb the shit is to take pills or drugs or whatever to release your mind from the pressures you got going on, because you feel like you got to keep on going and all this other stuff. It's so many of them that don't go for help. They've been addicted to pills for so long. Shaka Khan, who else? Shaka Khan, all the rest of them, old ass singers and shit. Like, who the fuck knew Prince was doing pills? Like, I didn't.
I mean, I think what shocked everybody about Prince, to be real, was he died from it. Like, he's like a celebrity that I feel like we know he's doing like party drugs. Like, you know how some people are social drunks, like they get around their friends and they gonna drink, but you could never picture them being the alcoholic. I think that's what was shocking about Prince, is like, I figured that he was like a social druggie, but that makes sense. Like, but I would have never seen him at home just like shooting up with something like that.
Right.
Now, when it came to like, what was sad is I was talking to one of my customers that came in about this today. Like, it's sad about DMX because even on Ayala Van Zandt, it's like you could have seen that he was struggling from drug addiction. It was a for real struggle.
He was like, and she said she wouldn't do another show with him. But you, as a life coach, know what happens with somebody when they're like that. Like, I can understand that you don't want to
hell
do
with
it.
Ayala Van Zandt. She always saying something like her life. Where's she gonna go fix her life? You ain't got no man, and she'll get canceled because you ain't got no job. What do you have? What do you have to make you the guru of everybody else? But I'm gonna leave that alone. I will say this, like I said, it's sad when it comes to like DMX, but because you can see that he was struggling with it. But on the flip, you have those celebrities who are going through drug addiction and stuff right now, and it's like they flaunt it. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I am more sympathetic over what was going on with DMX and what continues to, he ain't dead yet, what continues to go on with DMX than I am with Whitney Houston. Not because Whitney is not, she wasn't incredibly talented. It's just like her and Bobby Brown pretty much flaunted the fact that they did crack. Like, it was just all up in your face, and it was the center of what we do about them. And they've been like, even with Mary J. Blige, she was going through her drug run. A lot of these people, it was Wendy Williams. Like, a lot of them, it was almost like they were taunting you with like, "Oh, I do drugs." Like, and when something happens, it's kind of like, I'm sad because you're incredibly talented and we didn't expect it to come to this, but what you want me to do? Like, I can't feel sorry for you.
Whitney was bad. She was worse than Bobby Brown, to be honest. And she turned him out, which
Bobby
is surprising.
Brown is the last man standing in that whole trip. He done lost 2 kids and a wife, family members, band members, all the crack. And the one who we think was the kingpin is the only one left to tell the story. Like, I don't know if that means Bobby Brown was getting a good crack or he
He wasn't doing all what she was doing. Like, he was doing a little bit of shit. She was all over the place. Like, maybe that was to help numb her actually being a lesbian. Like, who knows?
we gonna leave that alone.
That's going to come up on our next music segment. Undercover download musicians.
I mean, it's come out now with Whitney. It is what it is, but hey,
she ain't here to tell her story.
That's my thing. Like, that's why I don't even want to talk about that, because I'm like, she dead. She is so dead gone. Like, it ain't even funny. She been dead for like 10 years. She like dead.
I wish she was alive, because I don't really care about the drug usage. I just want to know what in the hell made you go get Ray J? Like, what did he have?
Ray J is going to have a bomb-ass life story when it's all said and done.
You know what? He really is.
It's so all over the place. Because, I mean, sidebar. Like, I don't know how many people know this, but Ray J has like a tech business, and he has all these products that's come out. Ray J is making more money, and he's made more money at this point than Brandy on the slick. Boy, I had one.
Ray J has so many.
He was on
of business. He has scooters. He has TV shows. He has the earbuds. He has the flipping hold-em glasses. Like, he is out there.
The sex tape. Whitney Houston. Ray J do taxes. Ray J do it all.
He had one wish to be able to do it all, and it's happening.
Ray J is the pinnacle of live your life. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not. When I grew up, I wanted to be short like Ray J. That's all. That's all I got to say. Moving on. It's that time, Aisha. It's the favorite time. It's time. It's time for the Jen Shah Chronicles. So, I mean,
we are in the red zone. That means we are in debt. We talking about tax fraud. We are We doing the red life Chronicles.
It's at a point now where, like, I think this may be a ploy. Like, we talked about it earlier, but like, I think Jen Shah is purposely running this. Like, at this point, and I told you, like, I feel like after you have dug the hole so deep, ain't nowhere to go but keep going fucking down, because you can't get back up. You got to go all the way to China. You got to just go and get your egg roll on the other end. That's all. So that's it. Now, so basically, right now, Miss Jen Shah, she's back in the news. Now she's running her mouth Jen Shah Jackson was saying the other day, you know, she basically put on her Twitter, and she was talking about how she is the only minority in Salt Lake City on the show, and that's why she's hated, that's why she's envied, and she's the realest, the baddest chick. She's basically claiming to be the Trina of Salt Lake City. She's the baddest bitch. That's what Jen Shah is saying to y'all right now. Even in light of her tax fraud, her man, all of this. So let's read her quote exactly. Miss Jen Shah says, "I'm the only minority on the show. Mary Cosby doesn't even count because Mary thinks she's white. But they just all came for me, which is fine. I'm going to be myself. People like that because I'm real." Shah also claims in the leak that she has the biggest heart, and the aspect of her character is the source of the friction with the rest of her castmates. Quote, and they know I'm the one on the show that has the biggest heart too. They know it, she says in the memo. And this I got off of Yahoo. Jen need to go to hell. Like, just stop. Just stop. Like, there's no other way to say it. What else? Get your friend.
You want me to get her with her fraudulent ass? You want me to get her?
No, the thing is, honestly, I feel like at this point, it's becoming such a train wreck that I could see her getting picked up on another network, even if Bravo lets her go. I could see Jen actually making some bank from this. Like, I want to know more. Like, forget the Housewives of Salt Lake City. I just want to see her go on trial and wear that orange jumpsuit. And I'm willing to tune in every week until we get there. Don't lie, you can watch it too.
I will tune in. I'm most definitely tuning in to second season because I want to know. Like, none of them liked her at the end of this show. They found out how fake she really was with the tears, and it was like, bitch, stop crying. You the one who messed the whole group up. You went to this one, and you talked about all of us. None of us trust you. We don't like you. And then come to find out, you the biggest fraud out of all of them. Talk about you got the biggest heart. You're the biggest fraud.
The biggest.
In the biggest rented house that is. Your house is bigger than all of theirs combined.
They rented the Versailles Castle. Like I mean, like, but like I'm saying, like, if after you have begun a lie to this magnitude, there ain't nowhere to go but keep going. Like, you can't come out singing like Fantasia, and then when time for the chorus, you want to be a church mouse. It don't work like that. You gotta me. You gotta hit it. You gotta hit them notes.
You gotta go it. You gotta do it the whole way. You gotta do it the whole way.
You gotta commit.
You can't focus on the friends that ain't supporting you. They don't want to associate with your fraudulent ass.
I feel like
you was a fake ass friend, and now we know that you are truly a fucking fraud. No, we don't want no association with you. I wonder how many people will say that after, like, she was on the bus. They said she was on the bus with the husband thing we was talking about. She said that the husband went to the hospital, but I didn't find nothing that said that man was in the hospital. So is the hospital in the chalet? Where is it?
If he did go to the hospital, it's over stress. I already told you. Like,
in Texas,
fraud, losing your home, your wife going to jail, being in all the tabloids, and finding out that everybody think he gay. I mean, that'll do something for your stress level. I'm just saying.
It most definitely will if it's your wife. Like,
I might need to do at least 2 Tylenol pills for that myself too. I'm just saying. Like,
do you think the stress is coming from the fact that we might find out about his secrets since they digging into her past? This boyfriend that you got down there, Mr. Sharif.
Where are you getting this? You better stop.
Auntie Sharif, come on now.
Who the hell is Auntie Sharif?
Jen Shaw's husband.
Done.
There ain't no way. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Mary even know. Everybody's husband is around except for the one who husband divorced her, but he's still
honestly feel like that man is just, he's done, but he don't know how to be done. Like, that woman is exhausting.
She really is, because she ain't getting no attention from her husband. He's giving it to Larry.
Like, how much attention do you need? Damn. Like,
she's in this big ass castle of a house with no furniture. If she hears her footsteps echoing and her thoughts in her mind echoing, it's echoing fraudulent. So she can't contain herself, and then he's not there.
That's what she looked like. She looked like a troll doll who somebody figured out how to press the head out. That's what Jen Shah looked like.
And she's probably Janet Jackson's missing child, because she looks like a Jackson.
I mean,
more to come. Yeah, you do got a problem, a big one. Fraud, IRS,
What the model
FBI.
said, you're a fraud. You're a fraud. I mean, like, honestly, I ain't even at this point. Jen just needs to
Be quiet. Just shut up.
no.
Let
I don't
go.
being quiet at this point. You can't be quiet. You done been put on blast. The IRS is
But
watching.
what are you
America is watching.
talking about? You up there picking with people. What are you talking about? Like,
She need
stop
to try to get a
saying nothing.
special. She need to try to get on Ayanna Van Zandt. She need to go to Marriage Boot Camp. She need to try to get a spinoff show. She need to
She need
remember
to go to Jada Pinkett and talk at the red table.
the next show needs to be Jen Shah rebuilding myself. Something like and y'all all talking, but that'll be Bravo's highest rated show. Watch.
Do you think after the jail time they ain't going to mess with her? Because she could get a deal to go to E.
I think they go. Well, they're still filming the show, and she's still in the midst of production right now. So I'm pretty sure that they are talking about. I don't know. What do you think?
That depends, because this is the biggest situation with the Real Housewives out of all the franchises from all the years that they've been filming. This is the worst. Like, this is the worst. And then your husband is gay. So it's hard.
Where are you getting this? Where are you getting this?
Dionne Warwick's psychic abilities. That's where I'm getting it from. He's gay. That's what I said. Prove me wrong, because I don't know how you got a wife and you always down in Texas. Well, the other females is talking about you. They ain't even talking about him. They talking about you. And he down there in Texas teaching with them. Man, no. Like, that just seemed too calculated for me. Like, the Real Housewives of Dallas done snitched on you before we even knew who you was, but your husband works down there with them.
I mean, honestly, at this point, she got to keep talking. I mean, the feds are already on your ass. The IRS
Tell him that you was upset that you found out your husband had a gay lover. Tell him something.
Rent a Center is sitting at the gate waiting for her to open it. They can come snatch all her shit.
Rent a Center been done got their furniture.
So I mean, at this point, all she got left is her ability to talk. That's it. And I'm telling you, like, ain't no.
I thought you was gonna say something else.
What was that episode off of Will Smith, off of Fresh Prince? At this point, myself, I would have just been talking. I would have been right there. Yeah, I done it. Like, that's it. I stole all their money. I rented that house. I'm a fraud, and y'all all fell for it. And Mary Cosby still ain't shit. Like, I would have been all.
You gonna have to run it if you gonna play that one. Mary Cosby really ain't sleeping with her granddaddy. She is sleeping with the grandmama sister. You gonna have to bring some shit. You're gonna have to bring some shit, then Shaw. Like, if you're gonna admit your flaws, you better bring down the house. That would be me.
I already told you that. Like, I'm burning everything.
Bring everybody down. Everybody. The church
ain't gonna be no show.
Library.
I ain't the show. Ain't gonna be no show. Period. I would have been on there just making stuff up. I would have been making stuff up.
Take a book from Phaedra and Portia. Mary got a dungeon down there with her and her granddaddy.
Well, you know Candy B. I'm like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? So, enough with Jen Shah Chronicles. We will see what she's doing tomorrow. I'm sure she got some more to say. That's my favorite. Now,
I can't wait to find out about the cast, what they got to say about it.
Now, on the flip, former presidential candidate, Make America Great Again, Kanye West. He just bagged a 30 million. Well, it's reported that he's bagged a $30 million deal on Netflix to air his life story. Apparently, Kanye West came out basically saying that he's been what is it? He's been writing his life story, and he's been writing notes and journalizing his life for the last 20 years. Like, I believe he's lying, but then again,
I don't think so, because remember when he came out with Through the Wire, it was, when his face was, his jaw was wired up, and I didn't know that about him. Hell, I didn't even know who Kanye West was until he came out with that song, and they showed the little clips of his jaw being wired. He made that song while his mouth was shut. He had to make that song through the wire. He had to rap through the wires of his mouth to make that song.
So what they were saying, I read in Variety, a documentary series spanning over 2 decades of footage and home videos of Kanye West's life and work has landed at Netflix. Billboard, which first reported the news, cites sources putting the price tag at Netflix of $30 million, though a person familiar with the matter tells Variety that it is not an accurate figure. The series is said to include never-before footage of West and will cover his career in music and fashion, his failed 2020 presidential bid, and the death of his mother, Donda West. I mean, I can honestly see this being the next Tiger King, is all I can say. Like, this is the next Tiger King right here.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be interesting because he is off the walls. Like, we want to know what's going on with him for over the last 20 years. I do, because I want to see what you've been writing, what you've been thinking and figuring out, and then where you really just went off the rails. Because you went off the damn rails. We know that for sure.
I think as soon as he started writing this stuff down was the first sign that he went off the rails. He's been crazy for the last 20 years. I really feel that. I think since Kanye West was introduced to us, he has been suffering from PTSD from that whole gunshot to the mouth, whatever. I think Kanye West has been further traumatized by the loss of his mother. I think Kanye West, with this whole marriage breakdown, this behavior, it's like narcissistic behavior tendencies that he has, him and his wife. Like, I think their personalities were almost like codependent. It's just toxic. As much as they love each other, I think they're just toxic together.
You think so?
I think they're toxic. I think
that I'm surprised that their marriage lasted as long as it did, to be honest, because we know she had a 72-hour marriage before, and then he couldn't get over the other last video vixen for a while. So
Amber Rose.
Yes, he made like 3 albums about her. I don't know what he made about Kim. He went to church when he married Kim, but with Amber Rose, like, he was hurt. Like, his heart was broke. It was on the floor beside him. He was just dragging it along. I think he just one of those type of people that just says whatever he thinks and does whatever he think he should do just to see if he can do it. And what's crazy that you said about the 2020 presidential election or whatever, all the votes came from Tennessee.
Listen, we all know we live in a garbage can state, and we're going to leave that alone. Like, everything around here with Black America is just messed up in the head. But, like, as far as Kanye, like, honestly, like, I don't know what I would want to see in this documentary. I mean, like, I don't want to see him living with Kim. Like, we see that every day on E! I'm so over seeing them together. I don't want to see him, like, acting like he's a real father. Like, I can see him being more needy than the babies. I don't want to see, like, I don't think Kanye West has anything else that he can give. Like, just, at this point, just make music, Kanye. Just make music. That's it.
I think he just lost the gusto with that. Like, do we have any new music outside of the gospel album that he had?
Has he? No. And honestly, I don't know what wind blew him to the gospel community. Like, he does stuff strictly for attention, and his crave for attention is just. I don't want to deal with no man that act. I don't like to see men act like that. It's just, ugh. I don't know who's more of an attention whore, him or his wife. Like it's too much for me.
Well, you know what? To be honest, like she hasn't been as raunchy as she has been before she married him. Like I think he came and shut that shit down, and then maybe that may be the reason why they're getting a divorce, because he was like all the half naked photos and breaking the internet type of situation going on. You didn't see that too much with him and her being married. Like you really didn't. And I don't know if it came with the kids or what, but ain't no ass showing, none of that no more. Now don't be surprised if she go back to it after this divorce is final. Then we already knew what it was. She wanted his ass gone so she could show her ass again.
Now, so you would actually watch this I mean, like, damn, I ain't even very much finished watching Aretha. Long enough to sit here and watch a whole docu-series on Kanye West.
I want to know what the madness about. Auntie Riri, she must have put on a bra or something. I don't really care about that situation.
Why? Why are you hating on Aretha?
I'm not hating on her. I'm just like, you didn't have any friends, just like we were talking about those enablers, like Riri. Come on, girl. Put a bra on. Like, just go on and put them in there. Tape them up or something. Girl, you got them on. What is this? A halter top or whatever kind of dress?
RESPECT.
She didn't put no respect on them titties. She did not. She should have put some respect on them titties and put them in a bra or tape.
Respectful. Aisha is coming for the Queen of Soul, y'all. Like,
y'all know I'm a Patty fan.
Listen. Why? I mean, stop right there. Patti LaBelle over Aretha Franklin.
Yes. Every day, all day.
What song?
And all of them. All of them. Somebody loves you. Over the rainbow. If
your you ass flew over the rainbow, if you think that.
I love Patti LaBelle, and it won't change. She keeps a bra on and she cooks diabetic food, so she's still here to tell the story. Okay.
Nah. I can't believe you said that. That's some hate. That's some hateration to the highest.
No,
to the highest.
No. You know, I've always been a Patty fan. We used to argue about this at Ashurion.
And I used to hate that y'all said that, even nigga. Like, that's so disrespectful. Patti LaBelle can't even make a good pie.
Oh, I don't know about the pie because I don't eat it. I do not eat no sweet potato pie, so I don't know nothing about her pies. I know she cooks diabetic right.
Her cobbler nasty.
I don't know. I don't support the food.
And you know her vocals ain't been good since 19.
Now I will eat Gladys Knight food. I don't know why, but I would try her food.
I do not want to eat from Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight looks like she don't wash her hands. Just keep it real. She got all dirty smoker voice. I don't want to eat from her.
As opposed to Auntie Riri with no bra on, her nipples is in the collard green. Come on now.
Listen. Aretha Franklin looked like somebody Big Mama where you don't feel like going to her house because you know it's messy. You don't feel like listening to her shit, listening to her tell her stories. But when you get there and the food is served, you remember and you're thankful for Aretha Franklin. Patti LaBelle, she looked like that.
That she cooked with both arms and legs and both her nipples. No, I will pass on her food too.
Look like that pretentious ass aunt who always bragging on her blockhead son, probably Kanye West, who show up. She can't cook. She can't keep a man. She always wearing clothes that's too expensive for her budget. Like, it's just too much. And she always want to be put on program with nothing to say. Patti LaBelle does not Aretha's catalog buries Patti LaBelle, and I can't believe you said that.
I love Patti LaBelle. Like, it's not going to change. And after her, it's Anita Baker. Riri is not there. She's not there. I don't have I don't have nothing against her. I just like Patti LaBelle.
Aisha is coming for the Queen of Soul with Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle. I love Patti LaBelle. I do.
Why?
And she's still alive.
I mean, but her voice been dead since she did that last song. And I don't know, Patti LaBelle.
I love Patti LaBelle. Like, Aretha Franklin couldn't move around her stage like Patti and throw a microphone stand. She couldn't kick off her shoes. She didn't even have on no bra. If she would have tried, her titty would have knocked her out. I like the performance. I like the yelling and the screaming. I love the wigs. Like, I love Patti LaBelle wigs. They was just outrageous and ridiculous. I loved it. I loved it.
Patti LaBelle is a fail.
And then I like Dionne Warwick because her and Riri was beefing. Yeah, I like Riri's part on it. She was like, honey, I don't have time to be nobody's godmother. I'm booked and busy. Fuck that child. That's what Riri said. I was like, I like her on that one. Because Dionne Warwick came with some shit she ain't know nothing about. Riri was over. She was like, I'm bothered. I ain't have time to be nobody's godmother. I'm booked and busy. That's what she said. Trying to put some titties in the blog.
Watch the Kanye West documentary because I feel like I'll be dreaming, thinking about everybody else that's more important. As we kind of did, we just spent more time talking about Patti LaBelle and her nasty ass pies than we actually care about Kanye West. That's the whole thing. Kanye West, he's just not it yet. He's not it. Like, he's the most drama-filled man in Hollywood.
You think so?
By far. By far. Tell me one more man that has snatched more headlines than Kanye West.
I don't think it's any outside of Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is old news. Kanye West has been sustained headlines now for what? The man... First, you was crazy and you was having a nervous breakdown. Then you turned around and got 50,000 votes for Tennessee for president. Now you're selling your life story because you've been journalizing for 20 years. Then your wife, a Kardashian. It's enough. It's enough.
It's enough for you.
It's enough.
You done had enough. Are you done?
I'm dead.
You finished or you done?
I'm done like Patti LaBelle's voice. Done. Nobody loved me. Nobody. Done. Patti LaBelle. I can't believe that is insulting to blackness. You just lost a. I hate it when y'all said that then. And I thought y'all just said that to piss me off because y'all didn't like me.
Most of the time it really was to piss you off because you was fired up. Like,
it pisses me off. And a room full of black people, y'all talking about y'all like Patti LaBelle for and y'all been steady with the shit too. Like, I'm listening to I haven't named everybody's name. I was so pissed. I'm like, and they gonna sit here and make me look like a fool. Like, dude, get out of here. These people probably know Patti LaBelle songs. No. And no, y'all don't know nothing about no Patti LaBelle like that.
I do. I'm a music lover. I like a lot of them. Like Donna, Melissa Morgan, Donna Summers, Stephanie Mills. I like a lot of artists. Like, I do. So, but Aretha Franklin, like, she's not high up on my list. I don't have nothing against her, but she's not high up on my list.
She is the queen of soul.
Yeah, in the upper room, okay? She got it. Good. Now maybe she got on the bra. Don't come for me, nobody, because I really don't care for your opinions and your judgments and your criticism. I don't care. That's my opinion.
they gonna bury you.
I don't care.
They
I'm
gonna bury
untouchable.
you.
I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. Whatever y'all think it is does not matter to me. And
Somebody
it's not
is
a back
one
and forth
too many patty
situation.
pies away from retarded. Like your
I will
sugar
buy a
level
patty
is
pie
high.
and donate them to anybody who wants one, but I will not eat it because I do not eat sweet potato pie or cobbler.
Now, moving on. I don't even know why this was a
Didn't
big.
Riri have some chitlins or something? Like she was making food or something, no? Or was that a joke? I don't know what was going on with that.
I
Did she?
thought it was a joke, but I never investigated. First off, I just don't understand why these old black women, after all of their careers, they think that somebody wants to eat fucking pie and chicken from them anyway. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm gonna be real. Patti LaBelle would have been better off making a wig line or a clothing line, but she busts out making some goddamn sweet potato pies at Walmart.
The thing now that I will agree on, like if
It
anything,
just
you
came
should
out
have
of
made some wigs or something for people because you was the one with all the wigs. Like you should have made a wig line. I'm just saying.
on my own. On my own. Whatever. Whatever. Moving on. Moving on. Jimmy Fallon is on that. I don't know what's going on with this. I really didn't look too much into it, but apparently Jimmy Fallon had on his show, and he was featuring some like a TikTok dance or something, and it was by these famous little black TikTokers, but he didn't feature them at all originally. So he got like a whole lot of backlash because of that. And a lot of the TikTokers, like a lot of the community was saying it's because they black. I have no clue. From all of the Washington Post, they were saying on our last show before break, Jimmy Fallon came out and made a statement. Let me start with saying that. His statement said, on our last show before break, we did a bit with Addison Rae where she taught me 8 viral TikTok dances. Fallon said, now we recognize that the creators of those dances deserve to have their own spotlight. So right now, some of the creators will join me to talk about how their dance went viral and then perform the dance themselves. During the segment, which ran 11 minutes and 23 seconds, Fallon interviewed dance creators Maya Nicole Johnson, Chris Carter, Dorian Scott, Furquan Powell, Cameron Frankel, Adam Snyder, Nate Nail, Greg Dahl, and Kiera Wilson via video chat, though he did not ask about Ray or the episode in which it aired. So so what I'm getting is he talked about a dance with some random white chick. Tell me if you feel like this is the story. He brought some random white chick and he basically demonstrated the dances with them, but they didn't give credit to the black people that made the dances.
That's what it sounds about white.
That's
sounds about white.
I mean, honestly though, I'm gonna be real. Like I don't know how to say this without sounding like offensive. But I think some black people get offended, like over stuff that at this point in the game you should understand it's just what it is. Like, first off, TikTok.
They want credit for like if it didn't go big or blow up like it did, they wouldn't have mind. It's when it did, and when you are taking credit for something that you didn't do. That's always going to be a problem because we don't get recognized enough. We do the hard work, and then they come in and take it and take credit for it, and then we have to fight to show that we're the originators of it. And we came up with that. But they got
real. These people it ain't like they Paula Abdul or something. They ain't Janet Jackson. They ain't just
no, they're not. They're black. Give them their credit. Like this one girl, the girl that started all of this shit, she did it before with another song and a dance or crave or whatever they call it. She did it with somebody else and she blew up off of it, and that's how she got her followers. And she got interviewed and she didn't credit the black people who she got the information or the technique or the dances from. you keep doing this. This ain't no like a first time thing. Y'all not giving us the credit for it. Like, stop. Like, really, seriously. Stop imitating us. Stop getting what we got. We're the people with the rhythm and the dance move, and y'all take it. Like, we can't get recognized for our hard work, but then you copy us and you get the credit, and we're sitting here like we did all of this work and we don't get recognized for it. Like, that's not cool.
But honestly, at this stage, it's just the game. I think Jimmy Fallon. I don't think. I'm glad that he gave the apology, but I don't feel like it was an intentional effort to. It's not like he was in cahoots with it. I don't believe.
I don't think. Well, I appreciate the apology, but it ain't what I'm saying. Ain't towards him. It's towards that person. Like, she knows better, or whoever that person is, they know better. Like, they know better. And it's not like Jimmy Fallon. I can't say that he's a racist. I can't say that he has racist intentions.
I don't think he's a racist because I just feel like, honestly, there's just.
I don't think it was that much to blow out of proportion on his behalf. I think it was that girl who should have been doing all of that.
Yeah.
Because she should have said something. I don't feel like it should have been on him. That's what I feel. I don't think it should have been on him to go up there and apologize, because, like, he didn't know. He was doing, he thought the dance was cool and went to the girl who does this. She does that. She still dances from Black people and make them her own, and she
makes a good living off of doing that. That's the thing.
Right. So I don't think I appreciate him apologizing, like, but I can't call him a racist, like, right now. Like, I don't think he is.
I think the biggest thing with them is really that I think they want to be recognized, but they need to understand, especially a lot of these social media people, like, I think they need to understand, like, your fame is not translated to, like, the real world of entertainment, and you need to be careful about the bridges that you burn in. Like Jimmy Fallon, that may have been one of the doors that get you in there. I would have spoken to Jimmy, but the route that a lot of these social media people went with bashing him, I'm like, to me, it wasn't that serious. I don't think he was the cause of it. I don't.
He wasn't the cause of it, but they came down on his ass just as bad. Like, when Drake did the Shiggy dance, he made sure he did a shout out to him and let him know that he took his dance and turned it in. It grew fame from Kiki. Do you love me? Like, he gave him recognition.
Now that you said that, like, that's another thing. Right now in this social media generation, like, I'm be real, it's so easy to hear somebody do something or say something online and you just rip the whole thing. One of the people who do this a lot, and they don't get no flack on this, that Beyonce, Knowles Carter, whatever she calling herself these days. She's been known to steal people's choreographing and crap forever. Choreography.
Because she can't dance.
Okay, you throwing way too much shade today.
I mean, like, that's my opinion. Like, if it's not choreographed, she can't.
I don't think she can't dance. I just don't think she's original. And I think
she can't dance to me. Like, if it's not choreographed and the song does some extra ad-libbing, she'll do something like this. I don't. What the hell is that? Like, I know you really probably can't just shoot.
I don't see Beyonce as being. This is a whole sidebar. I don't see her being a type of person like that anyway. She's like a machine. Like, outside of what's been choreographed or what's been rehearsed, I don't think Beyonce possesses anything of like off the cuff talent. I'm just being real. That's no shade. Like, she's not known for that. She's not even known to give a coherent interview. Like, if I ask her a question that she wasn't scripted out to answer, we in trouble, because that girl
and I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if it ain't put in a box and rehearse, she ain't got it.
So, like, why do you feel people come down on, like, why do you feel Black people come down on white people when they do it, but we will overlook when people like Beyonce do this, and we call them the queen.
I call her Beyonce. That's y'all queen. I don't know.
No, that's not my
Is
queen.
you part of the Beehive?
No, I'm not part of the Beehive.
Well, you gotta get a Beehive person because she flawless. That's why she can do whatever she wants to do. That's what they said.
Didn't ask me because I could find it for you.
Ah!
I'm just being real. I'm being real. But
see, I like her sister. Like, she was flawed in that elevator kicking ass, and that was Jay-Z's ass on the end of her voice.
And
I like her.
And Beyonce, what was the name of that show on A&D? Beyonce stood there scared.
She was like, "Oh, hold up, no, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Don't, calm down."
Beyonce
we dressed
walked up the elevator and told Jay-Z, "I told you not to mess with her, and you just don't listen." Now I got to figure out if these people got footage for the next weeks because we gonna be on TV. But
and ain't nobody heard nothing about her missing items. You had 6 storage units of missing items, and ain't nobody said nothing.
Man, I wish I had got some of that stuff because I would have sold it. I would have been sold it on eBay, and
it would have been sold after we got it.
I would have had a little yard sale in the front yard. Where do you get this $20,000 bra? Found it.
It was in a dumpster. I just got inside of them. Just watch.
Either you want or you don't. How much? $50.
Everything must go.
Oh God.
Everything must go. 2 days.
Moving on. Now, the story that won't end. The story that keeps crawling. I don't even know if we really gonna talk about it. I'm waiting for someone to produce real receipts when it comes to this. Because right now it's all allegations. It's scary that it's allegations. And it's with this whole Tiny and T.I. stuff. Like, we know now Kanye and T.I. just recently they came out with giving a new. They finally gave a statement on all of these reports that have been coming out about them. But what's crazy is like with all of this tea and stuff that people are reporting on them, nobody is producing any receipts. Like you cannot be calling people rapists and all type of stuff and Bill Cosby and y'all don't got no receipts.
Most definitely cannot. And it seems like they're looking for somebody to bring more receipts of their transaction, and apparently they dropped them or don't have them.
I mean, honestly, like I'm starting to believe they didn't do it. I'm starting to believe that this stuff is starting to be fake. Ain't no way. Let me be real. A hood chick has got a video camera. She went there with the intent of securing the bag. Let's not play. I'm going to let y'all know right now. If I'm just that type of nosy person. I'm the type of nosy nigga like that anyway. Don't leave me in your bathroom. Don't leave me in your home for more than a minute unsupervised. Because I done look through everything. I done see your NES bill. I done check your water bill. I done see what you got in your refrigerator. I done move your shower curtain back. I done look under the bed and that little nightstand next to the bed. But my thing is like every chick that I've ever known in a situation like this, I feel like they would have videotaped. They would have had a text message or something. Like we haven't seen anything.
I really haven't followed it, and I've still been waiting on this proof of these allegations because they're very serious allegations. So where I'm at is he more like R. Kelly or Bill Cosby? Which one is it?
I think
because if he's
more like Hefner. They just some freaks who enjoy the company of freaks. Like,
so how is this becoming like trapped in the closet or trapped in T.I. and Tiny's house.
Because people are trying to ruin them, and I think the first two people came out probably because they couldn't get money. Then following that, they knew those first two people knew that there was probably a score of other people, and if they even made it up, like stuff like this, I feel like when you're big enough, your enemies only have to be small enough. It's not about them being big enough anymore. They can never be as big as you. They know that the smaller that they are, the more effective they are at this point. Because the thing is, like, the first couple people, Tiny and T.I., are probably like, I'm not even going to acknowledge this. But, all of us are paying attention. Then we see 2, 3 more names. Then we see 4, 5, 6 more names. Then we see 20, 28 more names. And now it's just like, okay, like a small situation is now a giant. And like on these people's own, they don't have enough evidence to say that you did this. But when you piece all the stories together and say, yeah, I went to his house. I went to his house too. Yeah, he gave me the soda. Girl, he gave me ginger ale too. Like the story kind of can be created by all of them. Like they're creating a fucking narrative like right under our noses. Like I'm starting not to believe this. I need to see a text message. I need to see a receipt, video.
See, nowadays we got the opportunity to have receipts. Bill Cosby days, there was no receipts, and he still got charged. Like,
and honestly, but even with there not being receipts in his day, like, let's be real, Monica Lewinsky still had that dress. Like some of these accusers with Bill Cosby, like they was telling you the medicine that was in the cabinet and all. Like there was more to go off of than there is in this situation. All we got is about 100 nasty black chicks who wanted to sleep with Tiny Bush Harris, looking like, she looked like a little troll. I mean, there was even reports. Remember, like when they were talking about like some of the chicks were even saying now, like y'all just dragging people in, talking about they was forcing y'all to sleep with Nelly. I'm like, oh hell, now like where Nelly come in at this? Does he even live in Atlanta? Like,
what the hell, Nelly in this too?
They just throwing names and hoping something stick, and it's like
you just trying to take anybody down. Nelly ain't even doing shit to nobody. He's somewhere eating fucking Doritos. He ain't bothering nobody.
My thing is, like, honestly, I think it's so believable with them. And I think that's all that they have going, these chicks have going. The believability factor and the fact that so many chicks are basically saying they came out. I don't know if the lawyers are purposely withholding the evidence until they get that one bombshell client to join the suit. But right now, it's kind of like, this is silly.
It's just hearsay and everybody coming up saying me too. And this is what happened to me. Okay, now here's the thing. Were you doing drugs before at a certain time? Like, did you pop pills before in your life? Are you one of those people who
I'm gonna be real? It's not really my thing, but I could not see myself just sleeping with a married couple and drugs not being involved.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll be great. Have you?
Like, you don't know not to have drinks that somebody made. Like everywhere I go, I don't care if my bottle of water is devil's piss hot. I'm still gonna carry my bottle of water.
But Aisha, if you went to a married couple's house after you left the club, and you already know what the deal is.
Y'all not finna go have coffee, and
that's what I'm saying. Like,
y'all not finna go to the IHOP. You're going to go do what you have intentions on doing, and in your mind, you think it's an equal beneficial arrangement because you're getting something out of the deal. They didn't kidnap you. They didn't put a gun to your head. They didn't do any of that. They didn't trick you in the car. They didn't say, "Little girl, you want some candy? You want to help me find my puppy?" None of that shit. You gave consent to go. So whatever they do in the bedroom is their business. what are you trying to gain outside of motherfuckers hating you? Like, what are you trying to gain by
That's
trying
the
to
thing.
take these people down?
I don't understand. Like, I'm just trying to put myself in their shoes. So Daniel goes to the club. I go looking as nasty as I want to look. Let's be real. You don't go to the club wearing your Sunday's best. No, you go looking ratchet. If you go to a club single, you are looking for someone. Like, unless you came with a bunch of friends, you are looking for someone. And if you leave with a couple, like, I don't understand what you think what the rest of us are thinking that you're leaving for. Like, y'all ain't going to play goddamn park cheesy. Like, come on. Like, y'all I don't know why we go to a married couple's house, especially people who are famous and have no need to be around me. Like, what if you saw me and, like, that's what I constantly ask about some of these famous people. Like, what if you saw me just hanging out out of the blue, just see me jump in a car with, like, give me a celebrity like Trey Songz or anybody. Like,
What the hell you got going on, Daniel? Mr.
No,
C.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Like,
that's what my question would be. Like, what the hell you got going on? When did you know him? Like, I'm gonna have a bunch of questions. I'm gonna be like,
Daniel goes to a concert, Daniel goes to a party, and Daniel just jumps in the car with Nene Leakes and Greg. Like, I just jump in the car and go hang out with J-Lo and her man. Like, I don't know what you think we're thinking, but my eyes are telling me something in the buttermilk ain't clean, like Phaedra said. Like, something ain't right. And then years go by with this. Like, some of these chicks, it's been years, it's been months. It ain't like it just happened the other day. So let's just say it was months. I don't say anything. The only thing that I say is I tell my friends, oh yeah, I had went to Trey Songz house. I was kicking it with J-Lo and her. Like, really? Yeah, I got pictures too. No, you never hear a complaint, but suddenly you hear me and see me on the news whining and writing posts about it on Facebook. Like, I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for like most of everything else. I'm waiting for the results on everything. We'll tally up and see how many people come forward, and the one who got the best evidence or receipts, you win and you prove a point. You do, not the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. I don't. The only reason I think they get this much push with it is because our subconscious is telling us to believe this. Like, we look at.
I still have a question mark about it because I don't have enough information to give an opinion. Like, it's too many situations. Like, why is it that it's always the black person? I've not seen not now one of those Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein type people get these type of allegations against them. None of them.
My thing is, like, honestly, for Tiny and T.I., it's just so on the money. It's what we all expect. Like, come on, let's be real. Like, they hang around people who are freaks. They are known to be freaks. The friends of their friends are freaks. Their friends of their friends are on TV talking about how they're freaks. You got Candy sitting on TV right now with The Dungeon. I mean, like, I want to let me pull that up, matter of fact. Like, did you see, like, the housewife outfits and stuff? Like, it's such a sidebar, but, like, I think that's why we all believe it.
I mean, there's some freaky people down in Atlanta, Georgia area, but I'm sure there's some everywhere. It's just it's just scandals. I mean, look at Young Buck. Look what his scandal is. So everybody gonna have one at one point in time. It's just that I don't know. I don't know why they just come out all of a sudden when it's like a past issue. I don't know what's done in the dark or what's done in behind closed doors. The secrets want to come out, but
I don't even think it's a secret.
But I think Kanye had to do that because she kept getting tired of cheating on, so she gonna cheat with him, I guess. Can't beat them, join them.
I just don't believe that they're really doing like this. It's
I
too
don't
much.
think it's too many people that they can easily sleep with because of because of their status in the music industry and in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
There's plenty of freaks that will sleep with them for free. So I just don't see that them, like what made you be the one that they need the drug? Like,
And I'm gonna be real. True story. Like, I feel like the reason that a lot of us believe this has nothing to do with what we've actually seen Tiny and T.I. do, but everything to see, like, just the stories that revolve around them. So this is, Tiny's best friend, Candy Burris from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is her reunion outfit for this upcoming season. Like, and they're having a dungeon theme. Now, we all remember this was like a revolving story. So when I had first heard about all of this, the only thing that my mind was thinking, like, yeah, like, I know they be drugging people because everybody be saying they drugging people. So it's kind of like, I could see Candy doing it. I wonder what she'd be sitting around talking to Tiny about. Like, and with that being said,
with the drugging, like you have to be of some type of caliber for them to want to drug you, because out of all the people that would do it willy-nilly, free of no charge, matter of fact, they might pay you to sleep with them. I just don't see that happening with them wanting to drug somebody, because it's a lot of whores and freaks out there, male and female, that will do it for free. Will do it for free.
Would you do it for free?
Me?
That caught her so off guard. Who? Me?
No.
I mean,
everything costs. Lotion costs, soap costs, water costs to keep this body up. Food costs, water costs to keep this skin. It costs. Ain't shit over here for free. Not a conversation or none of that. You might not even get the right name.
I mean, I'm gonna be very for real. Like, I just don't know why they would have to pay for it. Like, to be real, like, I can see why maybe Tiny would have to pay for it on her own accord, but I take that back. Let me not be a hater. Like, honestly, I just think some of these chicks, they stupid. Like, they'll sleep with somebody and didn't think about, like, damn, I could have really got a bag off of that. If you're going to be you gotta be like, that's all I got.
You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta go in there with a purpose.
You gotta read the handbook. That's my whole thing.
If you don't know how the game go, don't jump in it. Do not jump in it. If you do not know how the game go, you need to get your collateral or whatever. No IOUs. You gonna get what you gonna get.
They in Atlanta. They need to call Marlo or somebody. Like, get some pointers.
Wait a minute. First of all, why they ain't got no NDA? Don't celebrities have
that? Would have been and honestly, like, my broke ass had them signing the NDA. You not walk out of here and talk my business.
I think that would save a lot of people if they had them.
For real. Like, I've had people at this point, like, even when I've been doing like business transactions or we've been having meetings, like, they have hit me with NDAs, and I'm like, you really think as a famous person, any conversation that I have with anybody who's not my absolute friend from allegiance for at least 5 years, I'm not going to have an NDA on them? Please. I'm going to be so far if I go in that Taco Bell line and the conversation get too long-winded. Sign this for me, sir. Like, I'm serious. Like, you're not going to be telling my business, period. Like, I'm not.
Right. At a certain point, like, for real, like, that's what's shocking to me. Like, y'all ain't seen everybody else go down. Like, y'all haven't learned.
But I feel like that maybe was preventing more of this stuff from coming to light, because they haven't said anything. All they're saying is that there's misconduct that took place. That's not good enough for me.
You shouldn't have brought it up if you ain't got no receipts, and you shouldn't be playing the game if you're gonna cry about how the game goes. That's my thing. And maybe T.I. and Tiny learn a lesson about making sure if we're gonna get a freak. We need to get one that has loose lips or tight lips, for that matter.
I mean, I thought Tiny already knew somebody with understanding.
Apparently, she don't know how the cheating goes.
How
She
do we
just
communicate if you don't hear what I say? But see, I'm over that. So the moral of the story today is Donald Trump is
make them sign an NDA. That's the moral of the story. They ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna stop doing. They ain't gonna stop freaking around and having sex with random people. Now they might, but they might get an NDA.
I think that is the moral of the story for the whole thing. Can't stop, won't stop. Jen Shah can't stop, won't stop. Kanye West can't stop, won't stop. Kim Kardashian cannot stop, it won't stop. You can't stop Madea on the move right now. She is on the move. Like,
ain't no stopping us now.
If we can go back to the other day. Like, for real. Like, that's it. I'm done. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'm just so disappointed. Madea,
I'm upset about that. Like, that is a serious question. You are a celebrity and you're doing things like that. Why don't you have an NDA? Like, that will at least protect you if you are doing some fuck shit. Like, that's the very, very bottom thing that you could do.
I think that might be the reason why, like, none of the real has been told about this, because they may have an NDA. Like, an NDA, I don't think can stop you from citing abuse and misconduct, but it'll stop you from citing everything else. Like, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up,
but they have no proof of the allegations that they're talking about. So don't talk about any of it, because now you're making up something that you have no proof on. It's your word against theirs.
At this point, oh hell, they tried to drug and sleep with me.
They probably didn't after you. Like, what do you got going on for?
Let the YouTube algorithm pick something up. Tiny and T.I. tried to drug and sleep with me. Shoot, let me throw my name in the thing. And Derek Jackson's wife tried to sleep with me too. She ain't too holy. I'm throwing all of it out there.
In front of the white arches in front of her house, like it's McDonald's serving 1 billion. What the hell y'all got going on? Well, I need to figure that shit out myself.
And we did it in Jen's house after Brenda Center moved the furniture out. Like,
right in the chalet.
Freaking in the chalet. That's what we was doing. It was just a full-fledged freak session.
OMG, like, I want Jen Shah to stop. Like,
I'm not mad at her.
You're in the news every day. Like, girl, what more can you do? Like, what more can you do?
Y'all was asking Nene Leakes the same thing. She ran it for 12 seasons. I don't think Bravo will get another 12 seasons ain't good effort.
They should have got them a big papa like Kim ass did, and she got them wig lines going and got the fuck out of Dodge.
You know what Nene was making fun of? Thank you, Big Papa. Let me stop. I gotta do that. Y'all, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us. Let us know what you think. Keep up with us. Send us some business. Yeah, some real business.
If you want us to talk about it, we'll talk about it. Let me know how low you want me to go. I will go low. Not as low as Lil Nas X.
Like the
not low like Lil Nas X. He got me on that one. I cannot do no death drop to hell. I can't do it, but I can get low in your business. I sure can.
You go low, I go high. I'm not doing that. I
take the middle too. It does not matter to me. I will get all in your business. So if y'all want us to talk about some business or somebody else's, I'm here for it. Sure, we'll talk about it.
I'll just be here.
I will talk about it. I know you won't be stupid enough to run up, but we'll talk about it though. We will talk about anybody's business because we take care of ours on this end.
Peace out, Aisha. And she dead serious. That was crazy. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.